Hey guys, long time no see. Sorry guys, but for the past couple of weeks, we have not we as in us three have not been uploading videos because we've just been really busy with school. But now, we finally found some free time and I'm going to upload a video. Alright, I have a gym battle against Acebattler, who is also known as Battledude online, I think. I'm an electric gym leader for Pokelance Forums. You can go check them out. Anyways, I lead off with, I thought it was a choice banded Swampert, but it turns out I forgot to put the choice band on it, which is why I expected the Stone Edge to do more. But anyways, he switches out into Dusknoir. I predicted him to switch into a Levitator, so I went with Stone Edge, but it didn't work out. He goes for the Will-O-Wisp on the switch. Doesn't really matter too much, as you'll see later in the match. He's just gonna be missing out on the residual damage on my Magneton. Anyways, um, I I wasn't really sure why I switched out, but I made a really dangerous move and switched into my Jolteon, and I forgot Dusknoirs could carry Earthquakes, but thankfully he does not have Earthquake, and I get a decent switch against the Gardevoir. I'm going to go for a Spec Shadow Ball, and judging by how much this did, I'm going to guess this is a support Gardevoir, so DV spread is more into special defense. I'm gonna take a Psychic because it probably isn't EV trained in special attack, and Jolteon's special defense isn't that terrible. It's actually pretty decent. I'm just gonna stay and go for another Shadow Ball as he switches into a Weavile to take the Shadow Ball nicely. Does even do 25%, I think. Not pretty close to 25%. Anyways, I'm gonna switch back into my Swampert, who can pretty much, even without defensive EVs, it can take hits pretty dang nice. And right there, um, right here, it does about 25%, so Swampert takes it nicely. Um, I, right here in the match, I still didn't even notice that I had lefties and not a choice band. So, but anyways, I went for Earthquake because I know if he didn't switch into a Levitator the first time, he's not gonna switch in the second time. So I went with Earthquake for good accuracy, and I forgot what speed Dusknoir and Swampert had, and I didn't even bother checking it up. I assumed Dusknoir was faster, so I just switched out into my Rotom, but he goes for the Curse, which is not something you see every day on the regular Dusknoir. So now my Rotom is going to take 25% of its health from that Curse. I personally think Curse on a Ghost type is pretty cool. Not many people see it, but does quite a bit of damage. Now I'm going to switch out obviously because I don't like the Curse. So I'm going to go into my Zapdos, my physical wall, as he goes for a light screen predicting a special attack. Now I think I'm going to go for the safe Toxic. Yep, safe Toxic as he goes for the Thunderfang, I think. Yep, as now I think right here, yep, right here I get paralysis, and this paralysis is going to be somewhat important later in the match as it somewhat determines how the rest of the match will go, whether the winner will win by hacks or not. Anyway, with a combination of flinch from the Thunderfang and paralysis, I get the flinch. Now he goes for the crunch as I go for the roost to get back my HP. Luckily he didn't go for the Thunderfang again because I might have flinched and or no, I might have flinched or gotten the Parahacks that turn. Luckily he didn't go for that again. I think right here I was half predicting a switch and half predicting him to stay in, so I just went with the safe Heat Wave as he switches back into Gardevoir to take that Heat Wave very nicely. Oh yeah, oh yeah, I forgot he had light screen up. No wonder that did so little. So anyways, I think I'm gonna stay in and go for the Toxic. I think. I probably should have switched out, but oh well. And And his psychic does a load, and he has the Lumberry, which I did not expect at all. Now I'm forced to switch out if I want to keep my Zapdos, which I think will be useful. I'm going to switch back into my Magneton to take the Psychic nicely. Oh yeah, and sorry for this, my DS is shaking. I couldn't really find anything to hold it steady. Now he switches out as I think I go for a substitute. Nope, no, I went with Signal Beam, never mind. I go with Signal Beam, it doesn't kill it, leaves it at red, but now it's confused. And it also gets its Lychee Berry. So now I think he has the Fire Fang, so I'm gonna switch right back out into my Swampert, but he just ends up hitting himself in confusion, and I don't know if that mattered or not. He probably could have. I don't know if he went for the Fire Fang, it might have mattered. He might have gotten like a burn or something, but he hit himself, so oh well. Now he brings in Gardevoir. I'm just gonna take. I expect to take it out with an earthquake or something, and he has the magical leaf, which I just did not expect on the Gardevoir. I'm gonna take a crap load from that, but I live without any special defense investment, and I'm 4 times weak to that. Now I'll take it out with an earthquake. I think right now, right here in the game, I realize that I don't have a choice band. He switches into Weavile. I'm not scared of this thing at all, so I'm just gonna. He goes for the Ice Punch, doesn't get the freeze or anything, leaves me with 23 HP as I go for the Earthquake. Now this, I don't know if he hit through the Fire Fang earlier. I'm assuming to be Fire Fang, or he could have killed my Swampert, and all that would have, and I don't know how the match would have gone here. He switches in on Donphan. I'm gonna go for the Ice Punch to force him to probably use Ice Shard, but I'm guessing he wasn't sure whether Ice Shard would kill or not, so he just goes with the Earthquake as I take half of his HP with Ice Punch. And he's Life Orb too, so actually yeah, he probably would have taken me out with Ice Shard. I switch back into Jolteon for absolutely no reason. It just a bad play for me here. I probably should have switched into my Zapdos, but I wasn't sure if Zapdos could take an Ice Shard. So I just ended up losing my Jolteon for nothing, pretty much. Gets a crit, doesn't matter. Now right here I send in my Zapdos to see if it can take the Ice Shard. And if he lives, I think I'm gonna get off a roost here. Will I live? Will I live? Oh, I live, and no Parahacks, and I get off a Toxic. Right, another bad play on my part. I should have just roosted and gotten all my good HP back. But now, yeah, right here I start playing pretty badly, such as not going for the roost and going for the Toxic instead. Now I'm going to switch right back out to my Magneton, take the Ice Shard so he can die from Toxic and Life Orb Recoil. As you saw earlier, I really should have gone for the Roost, because now he has Entei left, and Entei has the Fire Fang. Now if I went for the Roost earlier, this game would not have relied on hacks to see who the winner would be. And you'll see what I mean in a little bit as I bring out my Zapdos. Here's my Zapdos. And now right here I already know it's Scarf. He already told me online. And I live with 15 HP, but I get the flinch. So now, as you saw, the game is now completely relying on hacks because I still have a Mismagius and a Rotom left, and I know both of them can take a Fire Fang, but now the game is just now the winner of this is just going to completely depend on whether or not his Entei is going to get crit or flinch. Thankfully, my Rotom survives with 24 and gets off a Shadow Ball, which does about 50%. So now I know my Miss Magius will be able to kill it with her higher special attack. But still I'm not exactly sure how the rest of the match is gonna go, because he still might be able to get the flinch or the crit. So goes for the Fire Fang, goes down, 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 there, 90 HP, and I go for the Shadow Ball, and that is game. So that was a really close game, Ace. Hope I hope to have another one. So yeah, now that we're on holiday break, we're probably gonna be uploading a couple more videos for you guys to enjoy. So thank you for subscribing, and enjoy this picture of the new mushroom guy from Generation 5. He looks epic, doesn't he? So yeah, have a happy holidays and see all of you next time.